Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about bench press variations and certain considerations you should have with your year-round programming. First off, let's go with the actual considerations themselves. So in the off season, generally speaking, the bench press variations that you want to choose should have a higher SFR, so stimulus to fatigue ratio. If you don't understand what that means, pretty much think about it as getting more out of less weight. So you get the same hypertrophic stimulus with lower weights, so you could push slightly more volume. That also kind of means that you need higher alterations such that you are less specific with the main movement. And also your rep ranges in the off season should stick to around 5 to 10, but of course weekly singles, doubles, triples always can be in the program, just most of your work should be in the 5 to 10 rep range, give or take. So now we talk about a meet prep, we need to understand we need to have a higher specificity because we want to be stronger on a certain day. That also means by extension that we need a lower number of alterations. So here I put 0 to 2 alterations, and this will all depend on how you break up your weekly bench volume and frequency and how many differences in your weekly selections you need in order to not get injured and to actually progress. So by extension in meet prep, we want to lower our rep ranges slightly to anything from 1 to 7. Again, 1 being weekly singles. Let's say you have 5x1 with lower RPEs on some type of tempo bench, that also works, but just in general, 1 to 7 reps in a meet prep will be the best. Now, in terms of the actual alterations themselves, we kind of have two different types of alterations. So we have alterations that emphasize technique and alterations that emphasize muscular weak points or quote-unquote hypertrophy. So in terms of muscular weak points and hypertrophy, we could change certain things such as leg drive or not. So let's say in a Larson press or at a feet up bench. Grip width also, right? So close, super close grip, slightly closer grip than comp grip, or wider grip than our competition grip. Different barbells. So we could use the regular competition bar. We could use a Swiss bar, a cambered bar, so on and so forth. Now the last two I don't really like and I don't really program because I don't really have access to them, but bands and chains, you could use them for certain things. And also range of motion changes. So let's say a board press, a 1 to 2 inch board is usually what is used. Maybe even a dead bench off of pins, a few inches higher than your chest or maybe on your chest, so on and so forth. And I don't really like these mainly because the bands and chains aren't really accessible to everybody. So usually I don't get a chance to program them for any of my clients or for myself especially. Then range of motion changes, I don't particularly like this simply because I don't feel as though it's as effective as just getting stronger and with, let's say, getting bigger triceps with close grip benching and also just getting stronger overall with your technique. So that's why they're my least favorite. Now, in terms of technique, the two big ones are tempo benching and using longer pauses. So using these two will pretty much force you to control the weight better, and you could kind of fix different technique points at different parts of the lift. So let's say you happen to not control the bar on your chest, then having tempo bench will help with that. Or if you have a lot of trouble either pausing for competition bench, or if you just have a lot of trouble with pushing after pausing and holding the tension at the bottom, then a longer pause bench could be good for you. So all in all, we have these 7 changes that we can make, or 7 alterations, and we should pretty much use these wisely throughout the year in order to, number 1, not get overuse injuries in any given variation. Number 2, apply some variations to fix some muscular weak points or some technique weak points. And number 3, to again introduce variety when needed, depending on our frequency, volume, and just specific days. Thank you very much for watching. I hope these tips really helped you out. Subscribe for more. Have a good one.